Hi guys, my name is Borrodante. So the version 1.0 of Craft Pro is out now, as many of you evidently know. So yeah, everything started smoothly, not a crazy amount of crashes of the app on other devices, and it got approved right away, so everything's awesome, and everything's working on the App Store as well. So yeah, if you're not aware of that yet, you are now. Oh, and generally, for those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, if you haven't seen the previous video, I now have my own drawing app on iPad, and this is what this video is about. So yeah, a lot of you guys wrote comments to me and wrote reviews on the App Store and wrote me emails and everything, which was awesome and very helpful. Thank you everyone who did that. So today, as I'm recording this, version 101 is already available as well, so you can update and see what's new, and I'm gonna show you that now as well. Alright, so this is it. Now, the main improvements are very essential. First of all, we have brush presets right here. You can't change them, they're just some presets, so you would have at least some kind of types of brushes. Yeah, so the dry brush, the one that doesn't blend and just makes transparent overlay of the color. Brush wet is what the default brush was initially in the version 1.0. Blender is just the pure blender that mixes colors on the canvas without introducing the new one, and the updated thumb bar you see when you choose Blender, it doesn't show the color inside of its circle, and I think in general thumb bar didn't show any color in itself in the first video, right? That was before the version 1.0. Anyway, when you choose the colorful brush, it will show the actual color right here, so you're getting the preview of what exactly you're gonna paint now, including the color. And the outer transparent circle of the brush preview is the actual flow value. So my max flow right now is 75%, and that is a 75% transparent circle of the yellow color. So yeah, also we have liner. This is a simple, very strong, opaque line drawing. Well, liner. And finally the pencil, it's a softer one that also works with tilting and such. So yeah, these are the main presets that we can get from the brush engine as it is right now. There are no textures or whatever. So another huge thing is obviously import artwork. If you guys notice, it's right here at the top. And yeah, we can import any image. It will resize itself to be inside of the 2K square resolution, because the bigger ones are not really available before we switch to Metal API on the canvas. And yeah, everything works perfectly well. There were some glitches before with different specific sizes of the canvas where Blender or picking colors from the canvas didn't pick proper colors. All of that stuff is gone now. It always works perfectly now. Also, you can undo the import of the image, so you just swipe left. Redo gets you back to the future one. Some new gestures. There are some changes. The biggest change is about undo and redo. You don't tap with 2 or 3 fingers to do that. You now swipe left or right with 1 finger. And the awesome part about it, that you can do that with a thumb without having to lift your hand from the canvas at all. So it works immediate. Like, this is actually an amazing replacement for the keyboard shortcut, as fast as it should be. You just swipe left with your thumb and you undid right away. Don't have to do some stupid stuff at all. So yeah, what else? Another thing that was already available in the version 1.0, but I haven't talked about it because that wasn't available in the previous episode's time. Swiping from the edge horizontally on the thumb bar makes it transparent, completely transparent, but you can still use it to pick colors and swipe up and down to change the size. Swiping horizontally again brings it back to the visible mode. And another new thing is that you can now double tap and the thumb bar is now extended, which means when you tap on it, you get the color box right on the canvas, and you let go, it disappears. I don't really like this feature, just someone in the comments said that it would be cool to have that. I really don't know why. Like, I'm definitely not making it persistent, like it's not gonna just always be visible on the canvas without you touching it at all. And without doing that, there's no real difference between tapping on the thumb bar like this, or just swiping up and having the color picker right here. So the thing might go away in the future, but I guess this is a cool feature feature in a sense that maybe in the future there will be something else appearing here instead of the color picker that would be actually useful. And for now you can just double tap and it's gone. You will never have to see it again. So yeah, that's what happened on the thumb bar side. I also reworked a lot all the gestures, the way they're processed, so they're much more stable now. You will never get the cancelled stroke. And now you can also, while you're drawing, you can change the brush size again and again, like touching the thumb bar many times to change the brush size. It will always change it and will never cancel anything or block the change. So you can constantly do this stuff, which is actually really cool when you are painting like horns or hair maybe. You can just hold the thumb bar and paint and change the size like this. It's pretty cool and very easy to do with the form factor of the thumb bar. Just really easy. This is actually what you saw in here, right? The same thing. And the dude itself, it was just me, I don't know, experimenting with what I can paint really quickly, pretending I'm creating concept art. So yeah, on the other improvements, now in preferences, you have two new settings. Thumb bar, reduce and extend. If someone wouldn't be able to figure out that they can double tap on the thumb bar to make the color box disappear, they can just tap reduce and it will be gone. And big news to all the lefties out there, the left hand mode is here, so we turn it on, we go back, and now you see all the panels layer, it's actually hidden on the right side like this, so your free hand would be able to swipe down at any moment easily, so no panel would obstruct that. And yeah, the thumb bar is right here on the left. You double tap, you get the extension over here as well. You swipe horizontally, everything works the same way, it's just on the right side. In the panel screen, everything works the same way. By the way, this is the Welcome to Craft Pro 101. Actually, it's showing 102 because I'm already working on the future version. Some things are a bit different in here than what you will see in 101 actually. But yeah, as you can see, if you don't want to see some panel all the time when you swipe up, you can just move it to the right and it will never show up. You'll have to like swipe to the right to see the rest. So that's a very convenient way to do that, and maybe much better than actually putting little buttons to shrink the panel or something. Now you just put it to the left and let it be there. Why necessarily minimize everything? We can just keep it here, just on the right side. So yeah, turning off left hand mode. Now you see this masked area right here is on the left side, letting me swipe down at any moment. And another huge news is that now absolutely everything in the app is saved after you restart the app. Every setting of your brush, the color, the positioning of the panels, all the modes in here. Left hand mode, you just choose it once and then you will never have to think about it. All the colors, like we can choose the gray color of the work area, the color and whatever, and let's say this is how we work. Then I just close the app, restart the iPad if you want, reopen the app, and everything is exactly how you left it. The same brush, the same positioning of everything in here. Everything is stored, not wasting your time. And yeah, the last actual new thing in the version 101 is that aside from swiping down with 3 fingers to clear the canvas, you can now tap with 3 fingers to mirror it. You just mirror it once and then you undo and redo like this, checking left and right versions. Pretty comfortable, I gotta say. So yeah, as you can see, it's an undoable thing when you mirror the canvas. You're not just mirroring the canvas, you're mirroring the image. So if you mirror like this and you press export, you will actually export the mirrored version of the image. So yeah, I also added the messages that notify you about what you're doing. Actually forgot to add the message about the mirroring. I guess it would be cool to have that, although it's hard to miss it when you do it. Yeah, extension of the thumb bar, notifications, hiding notifications, showing. Pretty cool. The app is working very solidly. I rewrote a lot of stuff under the hood about the way the settings are saved and the canvas is saved when you're making strokes. So hopefully that's all I can do after I did all this work with improving stuff. I can only hope that on any other device it will never crash anymore. Some of you guys said that the app crashes after a couple of minutes of drawing. So hopefully hopefully that won't happen anymore because I changed a lot about the way the functions work with the core data when they're saving everything. And yeah, this is the version 102. This is something that I just started last night after I submitted the version 101. Already couldn't stop and started adding new stuff. The thing that you won't see in the 101 that you're seeing here, first of all, the blurring background, you see it's not as strong and dark as it was in the first version. It's very subtle, so when you're actually swiping up, you're pretty much like never leaving the canvas. It looks like the canvas is just slightly out of focus and that's it. This is something that's much more useful. I hope it will pass on the App Store to use this version. I don't think I broke any rules about doing this, but this is a little bit of a trick with the animation to be able to do that because they don't really provide you with the ability to make the blur less strong. But I think this is important, and this might have been one of the reasons why some of you guys asked for color box on the canvas, probably because swiping up before felt a little bit like you were going to another place because it was so like darkening and blurring the canvas that you can't really see what colors you have to deal with here and there. Like you can't see the canvas and the color picker at the same time, and right now I think you're much closer to that. It's kind of a, well, the colors of the background right now are pretty much the colors that you will be working with. So I think this will make the whole approach of the panel screen much lighter, so it will really feel like you can do this any moment if you need colors. And yeah, I don't know, I just did this because it was super easy to add this thing. Oh yeah, there is actually one interesting thing about it. Like when you tap, it appears, and when you tap, this is the eyedropper mode, right? So when you tap the thumb bar, you can pick colors from the canvas like this. And this thing appears at the same time, and if you actually choose colors from here, you no longer pick colors from the canvas. You can actually paint without letting go of the thumb bar. So you can paint and quickly choose different colors in like a supersonic speed mode, whatever that's called. But yeah, this is really cool. Like if you enjoy creating some sort of color abstraction or something, you just have the ability to very quickly pick the colors like this. Although again, how really hard is it to do the same way here? It's pretty much, I would say, even easier because you don't have to hold your thumb in the one place all the time. So I guess it's the same thing. And really, this feels so much lighter now when there's no strong blurring of the background anymore. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so in version 102, that might come out very soon because I'm not planning to do any huge improvements in the next couple of weeks at least. I did the hotfix for the crashing issue and added the import artwork and brushes presets and the left-hand mode. Those are the things I thought I should add as soon as possible, so I did that. Yeah, also real-time change of the thumb bar brush preview when you're choosing colors or any parameters in here, that's also coming in version 102. And also when you're changing the canvas size, it's also resizing right away in the background without you having to come here for it to update. And I guess I mentioned pretty much everything. As you can see, it didn't update the size back to what it used to be. Should improve that part. Version 102 is still in progress. But yeah, those are the things. The last one little thing that I added so far is the bigger radius of the round corners of all the panels. They're a bit more roundy now. I think it looks cooler, kind of closer to what the iOS thing has. They have a pretty big radius, I guess. It looks kind of cool. So yeah, pretty solid new version. Check it out if you like, especially combined with the fact that every setting is now saved and you will never have to reposition your panels again if you don't want to. It will stay in this position forever, like you can do whatever you want. And import any image, it will easily be resized and you just go ahead and work. For this one, I prefer black background. So yeah, I guess this is it. I don't know, I was actually kind of planning to paint something in this episode in Craft Pro, but I'm just so sleepy, I don't think I'm gonna handle that. So I'll try to make another episode where we actually paint in Craft Pro, literally this week before the end of it. So look forward to that. I know you guys always want me to actually paint and not just talk about something. Just understand that this was so much work work that I have to talk about it for a little while. Everything really comes together pretty well. Like right now, when I feel more confident about what I want from the features and what I can actually do, things become much better and the app becomes much more solid. I can polish it and make it work very consistently and clean. A pretty cool point right now. I'm already experimenting and learning a little bit about the Metal API to improve the canvas, so we would be able to paint with the textures of the brush and the increased performance with high resolutions of the canvas and everything. In fact, I haven't mentioned it in the first video, but actually the color picker, the fact that it's rendering these huge complex gradients this fast, like literally 120 frames per second, this is happening only thanks to Metal, because I actually wrote color picker using Metal, so I'm already doing some progress in that direction. So yeah, I guess this is it. Tell me guys what you think. Tell me how much you want layers and eraser again. Yeah, layers are coming probably after we do the whole Metal API thing, because before that it will still lag so much that it wouldn't really make sense to use layers, unless I would be able to kind of squeeze it in just for the sake of using the sketch on top and paint underneath it. That's just 2 layers, maybe it would work out, I don't know, but it's not really at the high priority. Right now Craft Pro is just an app for speed painting, and speed painting doesn't really involve sketching, so you just paint with colors right away in 1 layer. And for the eraser, since this is a 1-layer app, what is an eraser? Just pick canvas color, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, in the future there will be an eraser and a quick way to grab it. I already have an idea. It's still really far away from happening, so... So yeah, this is it. And I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. Swipe, do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!